Hey, so I made a community post about this the other day, and it just sounded a little bit ominous rereading it. And also, quite a few people, and by that I mean like 5 people liked it, which is more than most of my community posts get. But there is actually kind of a story behind this. And if you don't know what I'm talking about just based off the title, please watch the first part. It was my 100 subscriber special, and I will put it as the top of the description. If it's not in there, leave a comment and then I'll put it in there after, because it's very important. But if you still don't want to watch it, I guess I'll just give a quick recap. I had this friend who I met in middle school, or I guess I knew him before that, but someone I became friends with near the end of middle school pretty much did something during sophomore year of high school that I thought was really fucked up. I called him out on it, and then basically that led to him saying that I was being like a traitor, led him to get into a feud with another one of my friends, and then that guy who I called out pretty much ended up stalking me for months, and he wrote like a book about me. He wrote it from my perspective, and he name dropped me within like the first sentence. You know, shit like that. There's a lot more to that in between when I called him out and when he wrote the book about me. So watch that video. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about was a community post where I have just recently realized that he knows about my channel and is probably looking at this now. And if you're watching this, I put this in the community post as well, but continue doing what you've been doing for, I guess, only the last 2 years, even though the thing happened fucking 5 years ago now. Because even in 2023, he was doing shit, apparently. He, like, tried to fuck with my parents and get them into an Instagram group chat. Anyway, if you're wondering how I learned about this, here's what happened. I was scrolling through my old messages with one of my friends from like 2021 because I was just really bored, and I was talking to someone and I just wasn't fully paying attention. So I was just scrolling these messages for the sake of nostalgia, and I pretty much found when that book that the guy wrote about me first came out. And I clicked the link because I had heard from someone else that even as of like 2023 and 2024, he was still updating his book. In that time, he still didn't realize how psychotic it was to do that, but pretty much I clicked on the link because I was curious if there were any more edits, and pretty much I see that there's a YouTube link. That's the first thing that I see. So I click on the YouTube link, and the dude has basically converted his book into a comic book as well as a fucking Fortnite map, which he was actually doing when I was still friends with him. So for 5 years now, he's been converting like the story of our old school and then him stalking me into a Fortnite map, which is really, really weird. But anyway, I was like, wow, that's crazy. This was a month ago. This was like less than a month ago when I found it or something. So what I'm saying is the thing happened in like mid to late 2021, throughout mid to late 2021, and now he's remaking the same story in 2025. So even as a legal adult now, he still thinks that it's a good story and that it isn't really weird to just remake the same exact story for 5 years. But that's not really the important part. So I checked the shorts tab on the channel, and I see a video of him going through his fucking camera roll, and it's all of the evidence for all the shit that he did, which, if you watch the video, you'll know that the stuff was highly illegal. So pretty much I look at that, and I'm like, okay, well, that's weird. I don't know why he's still proud of this. But then I look closer, and I see my own channel on there. I see the community post that I made before I reached 100 subscribers saying, hey, if I reach 100 subscribers, I'll talk about the story of when I had a stalker. And I also see like the actual video of it. And I also see the YouTube short that I made that linked to it. And I also see he's taking pictures of your comments. You know, I don't know anybody watching if you're one of the people who commented on it, but he took a picture of like 2 to 3 comments from around that era. Probably actually more like 4, but like 2 to 3 screenshots. So what I'm saying is, if you watch my videos, there's a good chance that the stalker I talked about took a picture of one of your comments, so it's kind of odd. But I think the most important part about this is the fact that it's been 4 years now. It's been nearly 5 years now. And still this shit is going on. I don't even fucking know at this point. It's really weird. I don't know why people... Because I also mentioned this in the community post. Like, when I had mentioned my old bandmates, like, anybody I have some kind of falling out with watches my videos. I don't know if it's because, like, I say somewhat sensitive information on here and they're gonna, like, try to use that against me or something, but it's true. Anybody who, like, claims to not want to talk to me anymore ends up watching my videos, and it's really creepy. But yeah, if you are watching this, like I said, please continue doing what you're doing and not contacting me, but also don't contact my parents like you did, and maybe realize that your book isn't the kind of cinematic masterpiece that you think it is, and it's still just really creepy. Thank you for the views, though. Hopefully you've enjoyed the videos. Please never contact me again. I don't really know what else I want to talk about. I got through that story pretty quick, if I'm being honest. But yeah, things have been going fairly well. I had a test today for my science class. I feel like that went okay. I've been hanging out with people a lot lately. I think I mentioned that I was talking to some people from my high school who also went to this school. I've made like a new group of friends as well. So things are good in that regard. Still trying to make the music, but I have this problem where, you know, you see my electric guitar is at home and I'm at college, so I can't really record too much until I visit home. I really thought I could place the... Oh, I guess I can place the bow on these. It's cool. But yeah, I've still been working on shit, I suppose. I haven't uploaded on my third channel, like my gaming channel, for months now. I don't know why. It's just because... Well, I don't know. I don't really play much shit besides doing this on here. And obviously I wouldn't upload videos that would fit on this channel on that channel. But anyway, yeah, I don't know if that was interesting at all. I'm going to try to get away from these mobs and then I'll probably end this. This was a somewhat short video, I believe. So yeah, thank you all for being here. And, I don't know, I think I just heard a scary noise, but my headphones are noise canceling. So you guys probably heard that louder than I did. But yeah, let me know what you think of this. Comment cucumber in the comments. First person to do it gets pinned. And, yeah. Make sure that you watch that first video. I know that I already said that even if you really don't want to, then there's a recap, but I'd still recommend watching it. Not for the views, but because genuinely, that is the most interesting story that I have. Out of all of the super personal shit that I tell on this channel, the type of shit that Satan wouldn't be able to get out of people at the gates of hell, that is the most interesting of the stories. But it's not something that I'm exactly hesitant to tell. Anyway, thank you as always. Goodbye. Hope you enjoyed.